Summary of Check and Mate written by Hazelwood. Chapter 1. In the quiet streets of Paterson, New Jersey, Mallory Greenleaf strolled alongside Easton, her childhood friend and occasional accomplice. The allure of free boba had successfully coaxed Mallory out of her usual routine, but Easton's ulterior motive soon emerged. "I need a favor," Easton declared, interrupting Mallory's delightful anticipation of chocolate cream cheese foam bubble tea. Mallory, ever the quick-witted one, shot back with a firm, "Nope," her grin widening as she plucked 2 straws from the bin and extended one towards Easton. Easton, however, ignored the peace offering. "It's about chess," Easton continued, undeterred by Mallory's initial refusal. Mallory feigned disinterest, checking her phone as if time were slipping away faster than her tolerance for Bob, her less-than-pleasant boss at the garage. "No," Mallory responded, a definitive dismissal that echoed through the summer air. The clock on her phone reminded her that she had 21 more minutes before the shackles of work pulled her back to the garage. Easton persisted, attempting to lure Mallory into the world of chess once more. Mallory, in a playful but determined manner, resisted. The banter between them unfolded like a well-choreographed dance, each move carefully calculated to evoke memories of their shared history. As Easton recounted the days when Mallory, at the mere age of 13, dominated the Paterson Chess Club, memories of victories over teenagers and adults alike resurfaced. Mallory's prowess in chess, her triumphs over opponents brought in from New York, all held a special place in the tapestry of her adolescence. Yet, Mallory had long abandoned the chessboard, a relic of her past that she believed held no relevance to her present. Easton, ever the strategist, appealed to Mallory's sense of nostalgia. The chessboard became a portal to a time when life was simpler, victories were measured in checkmates, and the world was confined to the square spaces of a chessboard. However, Mallory, now focused on the ticking clock, was reluctant to be drawn back into a world she had left behind. The fleeting minutes before her return to the garage were precious, and she preferred savoring the taste of her chocolate cream cheese foam bubble tea over diving into the complexities of chess strategies. The banter shifted, revealing fragments of Mallory's past encounters with the girl who had served her boba. Vague memories of shared moments, raspberry chapstick lips, Bon Iver melodies in a Hyundai Elantra, and a soft hand beneath a tank top, flickered in her mind. The girl had scrawled "Melanie" across Mallory's boba, leaving a pleasant but elusive memory. As Mallory and Easton exchanged a brief, secret smile, the realization of Easton's impending departure for college lingered in the background. The atmosphere between them held a mixture of nostalgia, shared jokes, and the unspoken acknowledgement that their familiar routines were on the verge of change. The conversation meandered through the labyrinth of their friendship, touching upon past escapades, exhibition matches, and shared endeavors. Easton, with a persistence that mirrored Mallory's own, sought Mallory's participation in a chess tournament for a charitable cause. "I'm short a player. For a team tournament," Easton implored, hoping to spark Mallory's dormant passion for the game. Mallory, however, had other priorities on her mind, including the impending threat of Bob's wrath if she returned late to the garage. The banter, once light-hearted, now carried an undercurrent of the inevitable changes that awaited them. Easton, aware of Mallory's reluctance, pleaded with her to reconsider. The chess tournament became a symbol, a bridge between their shared past and the unknown terrain of the future. The narrative pivoted to Mallory's family life, introducing her quirky sisters, Sabrina and Darcy. The once harmonious relationships between the siblings had morphed into a cacophony of adolescent angst. Mallory, caught between the demands of co-parenting and her own yearning for simplicity, found solace in the familiarity of her bond with Easton. As Mallory juggled work, family responsibilities, and the chess tournament, the complexities of her life unfolded. Financial struggles, the decision to forego college, and the weight of responsibility painted a vivid portrait of a young woman navigating the challenges of adulthood. The story delved into Mallory's strained relationship with her mother, who grappled with chronic illness and financial instability. Mallory, protective and resilient, concealed her own struggles beneath a veneer of humor and sarcasm. The dynamics between mother and daughter hinted at the unspoken sacrifices and the silent battles waged in the name of familial love. The narrative captured Mallory's internal conflicts, her determination to shield her family from the harsh realities of their situation, and the silent fear of being left behind as Easton ventured into a new chapter of her life. As Mallory prepared to leave for the chess tournament, the story shifted its focus to the impending changes that loomed on the horizon. Easton's departure, Sabrina and Darcy's adolescence, and Mallory's own choices created a tapestry of uncertainty and resilience. The chess tournament, once a simple game, now symbolized a farewell to the familiar and an embrace of the unknown. Mallory's agreement to participate marked a subtle acknowledgement that life's chessboard was in constant flux, with moves unpredictable and outcomes uncertain. As Mallory waved at Easton's approaching car, the narrative hinted at the threshold of a new chapter, one where the rest of Mallory's life awaited. A journey of growth, change, and the inevitable passage of time. Chapter 2. Mallory sat at board 34, the white pieces arranged in front of her like soldiers ready for battle. The cheap, worn chess set mirrored the worn nerves within her. It had been 4 years, 5 months, and 2 weeks since she last played, but here she was, thrust back into the world of chess by Easton's insistence and a debt of gratitude. Easton, their self-appointed leader or, as she put it, the team dictator, had organized the Paterson Chess Club's participation in this charity tournament. A Swiss system format, sort of, with a twist. No FIDE ratings, just self-reported abilities. Mallory felt like a fish out of water, the only one not in business casual attire, and definitely the only one without a clue about her current skill level. As Easton distributed Paterson Chess Club pins, Mallory listened to the briefing, Easton's tone reminiscent of Tony Stark rallying the Avengers. The tournament was open to amateurs, and for charity. The matching was based on self-declared abilities, a far cry from the complex FIDE ratings Mallory remembered from her childhood. She had once dreamt of becoming a mermaid grandmaster, but life had taken her in a different direction. Zach, a freshman with dreams of going pro, questioned the self-reporting system. Easton, undeterred, had already declared their skill levels. Mallory found herself in the highest bracket, a fact she contested given her rusty skills. Easton, however, had made up her mind, placing Zach in the highest bracket as well. Josh, the less-than-ideal fourth member, was assigned the lowest bracket, leading to laughter and banter. As the team gathered their bearings, Easton revealed the tournament's high-stakes nature. Big names in the chess world were present, and the winning team would secure $20,000 for a charity of their choice. Zach, with his eyes on the prize, hoped to face off against renowned players like Rudra Lal. Mallory's mind wandered back to the Paterson Chess Club's manager, who had coerced Easton into forming a team. Mallory couldn't help but draw parallels to the time Easton enlisted her sisters to teach Josh a lesson. The dynamics of the team were as complicated as the FIDE rating system, and Mallory couldn't shake the feeling that she was a pawn in someone else's game. As they approached the tournament area, the bustling noise of the crowd filled the air. Mallory felt a mixture of nostalgia and anxiety as she saw rows of tables covered in white and blue cloth, each with a chessboard ready for action. The sets were old and cheap, the pieces worn, but the familiarity of it all brought back childhood memories. The smell of wood, felt, sweat, and stale coffee. Suddenly, Mallory felt overwhelmed. The room, the chessboards, the pieces, they were more than just inanimate objects. They held a flood of emotions, memories, and a sense of belonging. Easton snapped her back to reality, handing her a camelback filled with crystal light. Mallory took a sip, the taste doing little to settle her nerves. Zach, ever the enthusiast, informed them of the presence of famous chess players. Easton, in her typical style, quipped about Harry Styles and Michelle Obama, deflating Zach's excitement. The reality sank in. They were amateurs in a field of professionals. Easton, strategic in her approach, had overestimated her own skills to ensure the Paterson Chess Club had a presence. She admitted to Mallory that she was likely to be defeated quickly in her matches, but the goal was accomplished as long as they were noticed. As they received their pairings, Mallory learned she was Player 1, set to face the Marshall Chess Club Player 1, Nolan Sawyer. The name triggered memories of her obsessive chess phase, studying games and playing simulations. Sawyer's playing style quickly flashed in her mind: versatile openings, positional strength. The tournament was about to begin, and Mallory felt a strange mix of anticipation and trepidation. Easton urged her to let herself be defeated quickly so they could make a detour to Dylan's candy bar before the next round. Mallory agreed, and as she took her seat, the chess pieces before her seemed to hold more significance than she could fathom. She picked up the white king, feeling its weight and tracing the corners of its crown. The king, seemingly weak and limited, resonated with Mallory. The game, the pieces, they were more than just a competition. They represented a part of her past, a familiar landscape she couldn't escape. The opponent took a seat in front of her, a large hand extended. The deep voice introduced him as Nolan Sawyer. Mallory, lost in her thoughts, forced herself back to reality, ready to face the chessboard and whatever memories it might unearth. The game was about to begin, and Mallory was determined to navigate this unfamiliar terrain with grace and resilience.